I used to be conscious यार ये क्या कर रहे हैं ऐसे यार. आज तक मैंने बात नहीं की, पहली बार बोल रहा हूँ. तो ये जी जो कहानियाँ बनी गई है ना, वो इसलिए बनी गई क्योंकि वरना you tell me which one of these girls wouldn't want somebody to love them like that. देव के जैसे प्यार राम ने भी नहीं किया. गलत सब्जेक्ट्स चुने मैंने, मैं गलत प्रोड्यूसर्स नहीं कहूँगा, लेकिन जिनके पास वो कैपेसिटी नहीं थी, फर्स्ट टाइम प्रोड्यूसर्स थे, तो इमोशनली चला गया. लेकिन कुछ बाद रियलाइज़ किया कि इज्जत से बड़ी कुछ नहीं है. पैसे मेरी माँ है, लाइक्स मेरे बाप है, इज़ वॉट we have told, and that is a narrative that has to change for everybody who believes he's an Indian. I feel if this industry is going through this period, it's because they lack the love, the passion. Double heroes फिल्में हम करते थे ताकि ऑडियंस को कम पैसे में ज़्यादा मज़ा देते थे.
जी जी,
आज ज़्यादा पैसे में मज़ा ही नहीं दे रहे. तो आज मल्टी स्टारकास्ट फिल्मों का बनना बहुत ज़रूरी है. आज जब किसी एक्टर को बोलते हैं कि आपकी बॉडी शॉट है, बोले मेरे को 4 महीने चाहिए. जब हमसे बोला जाता था कि सर शर्ट उतारना है, अच्छा.
Hello everybody, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Zoom Fan Club. It's the show where we call your favorite celebrities and celebrate their fantastic journeys. Today my guest is amazing. Self-made superstar who's one of the kindest people in the industry. He's always helpful. He has such a fantastic body of work and I'm pretty sure that you absolutely love him. Of course, let's all welcome the absolutely fantastic Suniel Shetty. I have to explain why I didn't get up. I respect him a lot. It is that I'm fixed. I have to tell him that. But thank you for the warmest hug and thank you for coming to Zoom Fan Club.
Thank you.
I have to once again give a clap for this man. He's here. You know, it's very interesting because, like I say, I almost want to say इतनी शिद्दत से तुझे पाने की कोशिश की है because we've been trying to make this happen for a year now. But I think good things take time.
Yeah, you know, other than that, I honestly believe when, especially in the industry we are, when you're not doing too much, there's no point of talking about anything. It's always when there's something to talk about, then there's a lot to discuss. You're comfortable, you want to talk about your work and you're excited. So it's important to be excited.
And I know why you're excited. You have a massive project right now, Kesari Veer. I think you have a story to tell. And I know you're very deeply connected to the story and you want the whole world to know the story. So tell us about it.
See, it's about our unsung heroes. It's about Amirji Goel and the hero out of Gujarat, Somnath, the first Jyotirling, if you look at, umpteen number of attacks on it, but never could do the damage to the temple. So it talks about the power of our temples, talks about our culture, talks about our unsung heroes. And my producer, Kanwai Chavan, came to me. It was his wife's dream before she passed away that he do a film. If he does a film, because she knew he was inclined towards entertainment, कि film करोगे तो आप इंडिया की कहानियाँ कहोगे and सोमनाथ की कहानियाँ कहोगे. So I think, that's a man who came with a dream, came to me. I said, why are you coming to me? Because you need to sell the film. So you need to go to a star cast that is far more powerful and commercially viable. So he says, it's not about the commercial viability of this film. It's about making the film with characters I believe will suit the film. So I think that was one emotion that I got attached to, and then it becomes your responsibility to make sure that you work hard enough and put in your best to make sure that it's commercially viable also to the producer. At the same time, tell a story that India needs to hear. It's all about glitz, glam, and everything else. Why aren't we telling our India stories? In spite of knowing what we are going through,
sure.
And that's why it's a subject that's very close to my heart.
Sure. I think the way you speak about it also tells me how proud you are of the film and the subject that you've made. You are being validated by our CM,
Right.
who recently pointed out that he went out and said everybody needs to watch this film.
True.
It's again the story of a warrior, and we need to celebrate more of these warriors. Tell me, does it feel nice to be validated by people like this, in this manner?
100%, 100%. You know, he's a leader of the state who the country believes in, a state that dictates when it comes to narratives. So absolutely, you know, and I see RCM right in the center, in a very, very prominent position sometime or the other. So when the validation comes from someone like that, I mean, you're most happy. At least you know that you've begun on the right note.
I, in the beginning, said that you're a self-made superstar, which you are. आपकी कहानी इतनी दिलचस्प तो है ही, but inspiring है, क्योंकि you are an outsider who came here and ruled over everything happening in Bollywood. 90s की बात करें तो आपके आपके काम के mention किया बिना we cannot mention the 90s in Bollywood. But I know it wasn't easy for you, right? उस समय पे, I think what was very interesting was also the fact that not only was your work different and you were a kind of person who came from a very different world than this, but you also were very okay with how you looked and who you were and what your principles were. From what I've heard from people, you pretty much haven't changed in that department.
No, and why should one? I mean, if I have worked, there's something that the audience has seen in me and liked and worked. With all our lead actors, they're there because of the love of the people. And why does a person love you? It could be for anything.
Yeah.
It could be for your looks, it could be for your acting, it could be for your personality, it could be for the choice of films that you've made. Sometimes you've got a great choice, sometimes you're lucky, you're in the right place at the right time, and that journey continues. So I'm somebody who even today, very, very open about the way I am. I am who I am, but my attitude depends on who you are. I will behave exactly how you treat me. And I'll remember that, and that's the confidence that I get out with doing anything that I do. I'm very vocal about everything that I say. I don't think too much. It comes from the heart. A lot of damage has been done also because of that, but the benefits are far way much heavier than the loss. So it's absolutely okay.
Before I continue this conversation, I would want to show some things in the screen that you see before. You're looking very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
I want to show all of you all that he was always this cool. And, we talk about how आज हम body पे focus करते हैं, या तो he was our original fitness guru. मतलब उस टाइप है कि नहीं? और वो भूल जाते लोग. अभी they come and tell me, how are you fit like this? He has been like this since day one. Absolutely. And lived like that. कुछ और तस्वीरें देखा कि मैं बताने वाली हूँ. He was so cool. All right, let's show some more. I love it. Look at that confidence. Can we talk about that? Okay, some more. It's adorable. Look at that. Okay, just for taking you back, can we give a round of applause? You look at these pictures today, see? Look at you. You were doing the bare body shots since years.
But we never realized it. Today they make such a big thing out of everything.
Which is what my question is.
That sometimes it's scary. Should I? Shouldn't I? What will somebody say? We never cared. We did what we felt was right, as long as you knew it was. It looked good, and it didn't hurt anybody. And I think it worked.
It worked because also it makes me realize that वो कुछ inhibition नहीं थे ना, कुछ सोच नहीं रहे थे कि लोग क्या कहेंगे वाला जो सीन था.
और हमें पता था कि वो जो बॉडी थी वो genuine थी. वो steroids और anabolic steroids लेके रखने वाली बॉडी नहीं थी. तो हमेशा consistent था. आज जब किसी एक्टर को बोलते हैं कि आपकी बॉडी शॉर्ट है, बोले मेरे को 4 महीने चाहिए. जब हमसे बोला जाता था कि सर शर्ट उतारना है, अच्छा उतार दिया. So we were always, body was a part of me.
Yeah.
I didn't do it for anybody else. I did it for myself. And the day you do anything for yourself, results come automatically.
I always thought you were so good looking. But the world around had a typical way of looking at heroes, है कि नहीं?
Absolutely.
और मैं बता देती हूँ, all of us go crazy about the way he looks right now, but he also was really judged against.
Always.
है कि नहीं?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had to hear comments because you were not from here. You know, you of course we know that he was
Gora,
South Indian.
Chittha, Fair and Lovely was what it was all about.
Yeah,
you know, and I believed fair, being fair in life, not color-wise fair, but being fair in life is what lovely is all about.
Yeah.
I mean, मैं हूँ जो मैं हूँ, जो खामियाँ मेरे में है वो है. हमारी खामियों को छुपाया जाता है और हमारी अच्छाइयों को स्क्रीन पे दिखाया जाता है थ्रू कैरेक्टर्स, जो बच्चे बाहर के नहीं समझते कि अरे ये एक्टर नहीं, हम भी वैसे ही है जैसे बाकी लोग हैं. हमारे में बहुत सारी खामियां हैं, बट क्योंकि हमें पर्दे पे दिखाया जाता है तो हमें प्रोटेक्ट करके दिखाया जाता है ताकि फिल्में चले. यू नो, सो आई थिंक ये जो बच्चों को इनसिक्योरिटी होती है वो कभी होनी नहीं चाहिए.
मैं इंस्पायरिंग इसलिए भी बोल रही थी कि उस टाइम पे जहाँ पे यूजुअली यू नो अगेन फिल्मी फैमिलीज से लोग आ रहे थे, उस दौर में यू वर कॉन्फिडेंट द वे यू वर मेकिंग अ you know your first start here. In fact, people didn't think your first movie will work at all.
Absolutely.
क्या मैं सही हूँ?
नहीं, और चली भी थी, ब्लॉकबस्टर हुई थी पहली फिल्म, लेकिन आपके जो क्रिटिक थे तभी के बहुत बड़े क्रिटिक, उन्होंने लिखा था कि ये हीरो नहीं वुडन एक्टर है और इसे उसके साउथ इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट में इडली वड़ा बेचने के लिए वापस जाना चाहिए.
Such a racist comment, by the way.
Yeah, racist, but how did Suniel Shetty take it? कि यही इडली वड़ा के रेस्टोरेंट ने मेरे पापा को एस्टैब्लिश किया, यही रेस्टोरेंट ने मेरी बहनों को पढ़ाया, यही रेस्टोरेंट्स ने मेरे माँ बाप को एक घर दी, एक सोसाइटी में एक पोजीशन दी. तो ये गधा है जो सोचता है कि मेरे लिए मुझे बुरा लगे. मुझे बुरा लगा ही नहीं. मुझे बुरा लगा तो इस बात का कि एक्टर खराब हूँ मैं. अच्छा, When I stepped back, I realized, हाँ यार, एक्टिंग क्लासेस तो कभी की नहीं, ट्रेंड एक्टर तो नहीं हूँ, पढ़ा लिखा तो नहीं हूँ इन एक्टिंग. हिंदी मेरी पहली लैंग्वेज नहीं थी, तुलु मेरी पहली लैंग्वेज थी. तो क्या करना चाहिए? सुधारना चाहिए, इस पे काम करना चाहिए. आई शुड स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई हैड ऑलरेडी साइन 10-12 फिल्म्स, क्योंकि माई सक्सेस जैसा कुछ नहीं है. Nothing succeeds like success. तो काम तो मिला, तो ऐसा अब कैसे ब्रेक लेके एक्टिंग सीखूंगा. तो मैंने डिसाइड किया कि अपने आप को एस्टैब्लिश करके ये 10 पिक्चरों को 100 में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए मैं डेथ डिफाइंग स्टंट्स करता हूँ. तो मैंने डेथ डिफाइंग स्टंट्स किए, इधर से कूदना, ट्रेन के नीचे, रियल शॉट्स, गाड़ियों में ब्लास्ट करते हुए गाड़ी के नीचे से भागना. CG कुछ नहीं था, खुद करता था. तब जाके लोगों ने कहा यार ये एक्शन हीरो है, पागल है. जब मुझे एक्शन हीरो का खिताब मिला तो मुझे लगा कि एक सेफ्टी है मेरे में. उसके बाद मेरी एक्टिंग क्या थी, अरे चीची भैया क्या टाइमिंग है कॉमेडी की यार, उनकी पिक्चर देख के मैं सीखूं. सनी देओल कैसे एनर्जी दिखाते था, तो वो गुस्सा वो उनसे सीखूं. संजय दत्त का स्वैग क्या है यार, सलमान खान का बॉयश चार्म क्या है यार. तो मेरे इन हीरोज से मैंने सब कुछ सीख के अपनी एक पहचान बना दी एंड कॉन्फिडेंट बन गया. एंड दैट्स हाउ आई लर्न माई एक्टिंग. सो आई ऑलवेज अप्रिशिएटेड फिल्म्स. आई लव फिल्म्स, सो आई अप्रिशिएट एवरी फिल्म. फॉर मी समबडी आस्क्ड बहुत अच्छी पिक्चर है, बोलते तुझे कुछ खराब लगता है क्या? अरे खराब देखने के लिए मैं जा ही नहीं रहा हूँ, मैं एंजॉय करने जा रहा हूँ. तो आई एम एंजॉइंग इट. आई थिंक दोज आर द थिंग्स दैट taught me my craft and established me as that action hero.
और उस एक्शन हीरो ने जब कुछ अलग करने की कोशिश की, क्योंकि एक टाइम के बाद ये भी प्रॉब्लम हो गया कि हमारे एक्शन हीरो इतने बड़े ब्लॉकबस्टर्स दे रहे थे पर वही करते हैं. और जब वो चाहते थे कि वो एक्टर्स का यहाँ पे गुरूर तो होता है,
Absolutely.
ईगोज होते हैं, किसी और के साथ काम नहीं हुआ. अ पर्सन सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी हैज डन द मैक्सिमम अमाउंट ऑफ 2 हीरो, 3 हीरो, 5 हीरो, कुछ भी बोलो, मल्टी स्टारर्स. तो वो उनके लिए कभी था ही नहीं. करेक्ट. बट उस टाइम पे ये बहुत बड़ा डील था कि क्या अभी अब तो फिर स्टार नहीं हो ऐसे छोटे मोटे. बट यू आर एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग एंड ब्रेकिंग. अगर आपने वो नहीं किया था, nobody would have ever noticed how fantastic you are in comedy.
Right.
And that I think was a game changer because I'm sure उस वक्त पे आपको लोगों ने कहा होगा ये बात कि क्या कर रहे हो, क्यों कर रहे हो.
डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स कहते थे तभी भी, आज स्टूडियोज कहते हैं मैथ एक्सेल शीट पे सब पिक्चरें बनती है, तभी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर कहते थे. लेकिन बनाने वाला प्रोड्यूसर था, पैसे डालने वाला प्रोड्यूसर था, तो वो रिस्क ले लेता था. तभी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स बोलते थे नहीं यार सर एक और 2 एक्शन डाल दो इसमें. सर एक्शन की ज़रूरत नहीं है डाल दो, नहीं तो वहाँ चलेगा नहीं, तो चलो 2 एक्शन डाल दो. सर कपड़े उतार दो, थोड़ी बॉडी दिखा दो तो नहीं. सो दीज वर द थिंग्स दैट डिक्टेटेड. लेकिन स्क्रिप्ट को कभी लोगों ने नहीं कहा कि, कास्टिंग के बारे में नहीं कहा कि सिर्फ इसी को लो और उसी को लो. डबल हीरोज़ फिल्में हम करते थे ताकि ऑडियंस को कम पैसे में ज़्यादा मज़ा देते थे.
जी जी
आज
बिल्कुल.
ज़्यादा पैसे में मज़ा ही नहीं दे रहे. तो आज मल्टी स्टारकास्ट फिल्मों का बनना बहुत ज़रूरी है. जब 2 हीरोज़ के फैन साथ आते हैं तो धमाका हो सकता है. यू नो, एंड दैट इज़ मिसिंग इन टुडेज सिनेमा. कहाँ है वो बात है ही नहीं.
सो वेल पुट. और इंडस्ट्री में लोग कहते हैं कि एक्टर्स के बीच में दोस्ती बरकरार रखना है या मेंटेन करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. मेरे सामने जो व्यक्ति बैठे हैं ऐसा कोई एक्टर नहीं है जिनके साथ उनका अच्छा रिलेशनशिप नहीं है.
100%.
पर ये बात भी सच है कि बाकियों की तरह आप ऐसे घुल मिलकर पार्टीज में जाना ये भी नहीं करते थे आप. यू यूज्ड टू गो बैक टू योर ओन वर्ल्ड.
Right.
How does Suniel Shetty maintain all those relationships and yet get to do his own thing? I don't think anybody else, I don't know any other actor who has been able to do this.
You know,
So,
the thing is, I'm true to my relationship. If you show me love, I will show you
Yeah.
true love. And that's the way it's going to be. Nobody else is going to tell me and judge you for me. I have to judge that on my own. If I like you, I like you. I see you after a year, 2 years, the love will be the same, the warmth. So I've been as genuine in my relationship with all my friends. We don't party together. I don't party together because I'm a boring guy, you know.
you're not boring.
No, you know, for me it's sport, it's all the other things in life. So I need time to for that. Or time management nahi theek karo na, then you cannot enjoy everything. I want my family. You know, the day I got my first film is the day I thought I'd get married to the girl who's been with me for 9 years. So I got married, breaking the typecast की नहीं सिंगल होना चाहिए ताकि रोमांस की बातें होगी तो पब्लिसिटी बहुत होगी. वैसे होता तो I wouldn't have ever survived. So I needed time for my family. I needed time for my children. You know, first year, and Mana had already delivered Athiya. So मेरी पहली release के time पे मेरी I was already a father.
I know.
You know, so I broke a lot of prototypes, and that's when I realized कि rules है ना, when rules can be broken for a good, they need to be broken.
You already brought up Mana, so I'll have to ask. She's another wonderful, wonderful lady. You know, I've obviously known her through you a little bit because she keeps herself very, very private.
Yeah.
But what a journey of your marriage and your relationship and your family is also, यार. Sunil sir, the way आपने जिस तरह से आप खड़े रहे हो अपने family के साथ और अपने wife के साथ. I know Mana ji, you know, she does a lot of charity work, and this is the life you've chosen.
Right.
Did that help you, the fact that you could keep your life private a little and you could maintain the marriage and everything else? Did that help the fact that you, तो बहुत मुश्किल होता है यार, एक ऐसा कौन सा एक्टर है जिसके लाइफ में, and you were already married when you were doing this, so people were writing still stuff कि ये affair हो सकता है, वो हो रहा है, but Mana was secure because I also feel you made her secure.
Absolutely. क्योंकि जब भी हम ट्रैवल करते थे माना साथ रहती थी. मैं कहीं जाता ही नहीं हूँ माना के बगैर. We'll always see the two of us together.
Yeah.
You know, and invariably मेरा हाथ ऐसे ही जाता है. You know, I'm always looking for her. So, and I was open. I know कि मेरी ज़िंदगी ये है. यहाँ बहुत खूबसूरत लड़कियाँ हैं. ये thin line है और इसको हमें कभी क्रॉस नहीं करना चाहिए. You know, if you want the good in life, then decide that I want to do this. And she is my calling all the time. You know, stress हो तो माना, खुश हूँ तो माना, माँ, बाप, बहनें. We're a very close-knit family. You know, then came Tia. Tia started growing. Then Tia was the one I used to listen to. Then there's Ahan. So even today we're a family. हमारे लिए 6 बजे सबका काम हो गया तो पता है कि 6:30 बजे सब घर पे रहेंगे. आज भी we're playing board games. We're sitting in the living room, just talking about the world, what is happening, sport, cinema, and same thing with my friends. I would never bitch out you to another friend. So all the actors know कि ये बात ही नहीं करता है किसी और की.
Which is wonderful.
You know, and we get along and they're comfortable. जगह और 10 heroes के लिए है industry में. So what are we insecure about? You know, it doesn't matter.
Which is incredible. And before I move on to my another question, ये बताना भी ज़रूरी होगा कि all your heroines, and you know, from Ravina to Shilpa, you have such wonderful relationships,
Yeah.
and they've always said that you are the most warmest person that they know, also a thorough gentleman, that you make them feel safe on sets. Absolutely. And all of that.
You have to respect, you know. See, that's why I say, they always say that behind every successful man there's a woman. But I think there's a whole lot of women who are for the reason of your success. Your mother who takes you through that pedestal. Then comes marriage and that wife who supports you. Then comes daughter who gives you a new lease of life. Now the granddaughter who's added 10 times more depth and meaning to life and the reason to enjoy every stage of your career, of your life. You know, and I've been someone who's always been, I've always given respect because my parents have only taught me that. I come from the hospitality industry, Athithi Deva Bhava, customers always right. So I don't know anything else. You know, if somebody abused me also that day, I would say sorry to them, knowing it's their fault. But when the next day they came and said, you know what, sorry, I was drunk yesterday and I said this, you didn't feel bad? I said, no. That was my home taking. That was what fed my family. You know, and Dad always said that, beta, this is the line you've chosen. So my earlier learnings in the hotel industry, in catering school, is what worked for me in this industry, you know. So
क्या ये सही होगा बोलना कि a lot of who you are today is also because of the inspiring journey that you saw your father lead and your mother lead and the way you were brought up?
100%. You know, it's been a long time since Dad left, but the lessons he taught me was is unbelievable. You know, and that's why when I see any kid, anybody working, it's a feeling of pride.
Yeah.
My dad was 9 years old. So today when I would see Ahan at 9 and I would say, shit, now this is me making sure that he doesn't fall and doesn't bruise. And there was this man, this little boy on his own.
Surviving. बहुत मशक्कत की उन्होंने.
Yeah. So that's why you respect, for me, my workers, my people who are with me and a part of my journey mean a hell of a lot to me. I mean, I'm as strict. I'm probably one of the strictest person when it comes to rules, regulations, and doing things right. But it's only because of the love for them, and I want the best coming out. You know, so this is Dad's. This is Dad's giving, Mom's doing. You know, Mom, I came back home at night. I used to come back at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes with friends. But she never knew that ये बिगड़ तो कभी सकता ही नहीं है. Cigarette, दारू, इसकी आदत, drugs, इसकी आदत तो नहीं है. लेकिन 4 बजे भी आता था, so she would get up and say, "Beta, you eaten anything?" "Yeah, Mom." "And where's she sleeping?" "In the couch." Yeah. Just lying down waiting for me. "Okay, sleep. Don't get up early. You need anything, tell me." And she would go. And I would think, she hasn't slept. She's not asked me कहाँ गए थे, किसके साथ थे, दारू पिया आपने, क्यों ऐसे करते हो. No questions asked. So when you grow up with that kind of a responsibility of someone showing so much faith in you, मैं आपके ऊपर अगर पूरा भरोसा करके छोड़ दूं, तो आप जिंदगी में कभी बिगड़ ही नहीं सकते. क्योंकि एक बार आप झूठ बोल दोगे कि ये है, दूसरी बार बोलोगे यार ये आदमी कितना भरोसा करता मेरे पे, मैं क्यों भरोसा तोड़ रहा हूँ. You know, and that's the beauty of unsaid and unspoken love.
You have carried forward their their principles and their love into your own
Trying
family?
to, honestly trying to, and it doesn't come naturally. You also have to make an attempt.
Sure.
कि नहीं यार मुझे ऐसे ही रहना है, and then it works.
You know, ये तो बात हो गई as to the way you are leading your life, right? From the principles of your father, the struggles that he had. तो I know that पैसों की अहमियत तो है आपकी ज़िंदगी में, but I also know that it's not everything for you.
No, it's never been anything for me.
It's not.
No,
I mean, because I know that you took your business forward. You all had multiple boutiques and all of that. And I've heard of so many stories of so many people who've come and told me that you have been instrumental in helping them and just giving away money when they wanted.
It's not money, you know, it's more, if somebody needs a kind of help, it could be support. For me, moral support means 10 times more than money. See, that's why I always believe in that line that says, from what you get, you make a living. From what you give, you can make a life. So it's not necessarily money. It could be time.
Sure.
It could be me hearing you out. हाँ problem है, हाँ बोलो, yeah, tell me. हाँ बोलना यार, क्या है, मैं करता हूँ. No, just understand it. If you can help him in any way, my job is to make sure that if somebody comes to me with something, I would always say, ठीक है, देख लो यार. I'd tell Sunny, just see how we can help them and close it. And don't talk about it. You know, it's best, neki kar darya mein, that these are sayings that mean a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Because it comes back two folds. अगर आप कचरा भी डालोगे दरिया में, 4 दिन बाद वो आके आपको वापस दे देगा वो. You know, किया. So little things.
But you've also been very, very self-aware about your career. क्योंकि जब आपको लगा कि आपकी मूवीज नहीं चल रही है, you were like, I want to take a step back.
Yep.
Otherwise तो लोगों को like they want to be seen ना, तो वो vanity आप में थोड़ी कम है. You are among the very few I have noticed कि उसमें आप हंसे नहीं उस ट्रैप में ना कि स्टारडम.
बिल्कुल नहीं.
कैसे सुनील सर? बिकॉज आप इतने सेल्फ अवेयर है, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे जब चल नहीं रही थी मूवीज, यू टुक अ स्टेप बैक.
क्योंकि गलतियां मैंने ही की थी ना, गलत सब्जेक्ट्स चुने मैंने, मैं गलत प्रोड्यूसर्स नहीं कहूँगा, लेकिन जिनके पास वो कैपेसिटी नहीं थी, फर्स्ट टाइम प्रोड्यूसर्स थे, तो इमोशनली चला गया. लेकिन कुछ बाद रियलाइज़ किया कि इज्जत से बड़ी कुछ नहीं है. यू नो, नेवर एवर विल आई डू एनीथिंग दैट इज़ नॉट रिस्पेक्टफुल इनफ. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई स्टेप बैक. एट द सेम टाइम लास्ट फ्यू डेज जब काम कर रहा था, डैड वाज अनवेल. तो जब ये लोग मुझे टाइम पे छोड़ते नहीं थे, आई नीडेड टू गो एंड स्पेंड टाइम विद हिम, तो मैं गुस्सा हो जाता था. और वो मेरी पर्सनालिटी है नहीं. यू नो, जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ गेटिंग अपसेट, आई डोंट वांट टू थ्रो माय वेट अराउंड. So I stepped back completely and said sabbatical. When dad was unwell, spent a good 4-5 beautiful years with him, doing nothing, but doing everything.
Sure.
You know, probably respecting the man for everything that he's given us and all that he went through in his life. I can't give him back I can't give that 9-year-old boy his life back, or you know, anything back for him. But I think the day he died, the next morning, that very morning, I got a call, and I get a call for a show, and it's a health show, you know, called India's Asli Champion.
Yeah.
And I said, this is him telling me, try and get back to work, because this is who you are all about. And today, I only choose to do what I want to do. I'm not interested, because from a money perspective, somebody says, ye dunga, I'm not interested. You know, I don't want to do something that I'm not comfortable doing.
Okay, now coming back to another daur, huh? मतलब so secure that they celebrated their bond on screen and off screen, Akshay Kumar and Mr. Suniel Shetty. Iconic. And let's add Parish Raval to the picture.
Absolutely.
तीनों ने वो जो ट्रायो है, जो धमाका किया था उस टाइम में, nobody sitting out here can tell me that they have not seen movies that have the three of you, right? How was it during the time? मुझे पता है लोगों ने उसमें भी फूट डालने की कोशिश की थी. तो कैसे इग्नोर किया उन बातों को? क्योंकि सॉलिड दोस्त, स्पेशली अक्षय एंड यू, राइट? दे वर ट्राइंग टू पिट योर कंपेयर एंड ऑल दैट.
जनरली एक आध मीडिया ये वो करते रहते थे, हम भी समझते थे कि रीजनिंग क्या. ये सोशल मीडिया नहीं थी. अगर कोई कुछ बोलता था तो इट केम फ्रॉम अ लेजिट सोर्स, तो हम उनको टैकल कर सकते हैं कि क्यों आप लोग ऐसे नहीं सर, कवर बेचना है, ये बेचना है, प्रोड्यूसर्स ने दिया हुआ, ठीक है. आज ये दुनिया इतनी टॉक्सिक होगी कि ऐसी जगहों से आती है जिनका कोई माँ बाप नहीं है, जिनका कोई नाम नहीं है, जिनका कोई ठिकाना नहीं है, और वो उठ के गाली दे रहे हैं। और हम आजकल के बच्चे इम्पैक्ट हो रहे हैं उससे, एंग्जाइटी, डिप्रेशन, वो सारी बातें करते हैं। तो आप किसकी सुन रहे हैं, क्यों सुन रहे हैं? तो तभी भी वैसा था, लेकिन हम फिल्में करते थे, हमारी फिल्में चलती थी। 60-70 दिन जो हम साथ में रहते थे, शायद ऑफ कैमरा हम ज़्यादा घूमते नहीं थे व्हेन वी आर नॉट वर्किंग। जब हम शूट कर रहे थे दिन रात साथ में, रात को गेम्स, मस्ती, ट्रबलिंग समवन, वेकिंग अप अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग। शिमला में थे, 7 बजे की शिफ्ट रहती थी, तो 4:30-5 बजे उठ के लोकल्स के साथ मैं और अक्षय क्रिकेट खेल रहे।
So lovely.
फिर जाते थे बाहर, पराठा वराठा बिकता था, रहते थे 5 स्टार होटल में और बाहर जाके पराठा खाते थे। So it was a different world altogether, you know, and we were all secure.
And Akshay, you have similar habits. वो भी सुबह उठ के अपना शुरू करते हैं और जल्दी सोते हैं।
आज भी
आप दोनों ऐसे हो।
Yeah.
Which is why I think it continues. But obviously we have so much more to show you. But I must bring up the fact that I spoke to Sooraj, you know, during the promotion recently for Kesari Veer, and he said the way you stood by him, very few people have, Salman and you, the way you stood by him in the time that he has seen, you know, to be patient, and he said it helps, right?
Yeah.
Give up करने का मन करता है, which is why he cried in the trailer launch, right? How have you looked at the journey? Because he really was emotional, the way you have given him an opportunity again and believed in him.
See, when Salman, I feel it's in his DNA only. Salman does this on a day-to-day basis. Very few people know the kind of human being he is. You know, when somebody tells me, how would you sum up Salman Khan? I'd say there are human beings and there's being human. You know, that's the difference. That is Salman Khan. That's why his brand is also called Being Human, because that's the side of him that comes out very beautifully. As far as Sooraj goes, I think that kid has gone through a lot. And just continuously hammered. We all go through things in our life. Nobody knows the truth to be able to point. And when the system says everything is clear and everything is there, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's why there is law, that's why. And he's gone through 10 years probably of that struggle. He's got everything that, he's got the making of a superstar, not just a star. You know, that one action hero or those few action heroes that you are missing, he's one of them. And I think Kesari Veer will prove that. So what I did was, I didn't do anything special. I just stood by him. Because there have been so many in my life that have stood by me. You know, and
who are the people who stood by you always?
I mean, my friends, my family, my producers, so many of my producers. Even today, Suniel Shetty keeps getting work because of the kind of person he is. Not necessarily because he's star. If Kanumai Chauhan has come to me today, it's not because Suniel Shetty is a star. Nahi, acha aadmi hai, he suits the role, I'll do it with him. And I told him the first time, you can ask him, Kanumai, bikunga nahi. Mere ko aap dikhte ho. So then these are people who stood by you. I fight with him as much.
Yeah.
Me and he fight like cats and dogs, if I believe. Because I keep saying, aapne ek aisi product banai, now give it your all to do that. You know, that's the kind of person I am. So, all I have done is told the world what Sooraj is.
Yeah.
So it's nothing special, you know. Anybody would do it for someone that they start caring for.
No, absolutely. There are, while we talk, Dhadkan is being re-released.
Yeah.
What a massive declaration that was. है ना, क्योंकि वो film, बाप रे, the kind of fan following you have of that film. And at that time when everybody wanted to be the hero, you were like, I am okay being the anti-hero per se.
Yeah, but you know what? That was Dharmesh Darshan's vision. And he saw his character as Dev. And he was the one who actually taught me. If it was Border and Dhadkan is what taught me what acting is. Acting is not you trying to prove that you're phenomenal in the character you're playing, but understanding the core of the character and playing it as it should be played. So whether it's Dhadkan or whether it's Border, it is hardcore a heartfelt salute to those characters, and it shows. So Dharmesh kept telling me, he taught me acting. He said, just understand the character, breathe it, and work. And I use that same logic to every character that I do today. And I've realized after that, there's always been appreciation. Picture nahi chahiye, tera काम अच्छा था यार. I'm not saying I'm the best actor, but it is a genuine attack. आँखों में वो बात होनी चाहिए. या आज भी आप देखोगे केसरी वीर में वेगड़ा की आँखों में देखो आप, लोग बोलते हैं क्या एक्शन है. एक्शन नहीं है, इमोशन है.
बिल्कुल.
देश, धर्म, कर्म, उसकी बात करते हैं, बाकी कुछ नहीं बात करते. So that is what Dhadkan is about. I felt that character. I felt how much probably he would love her. दुनिया देखती है कि यार नेगेटिव, क्योंकि नेगेटिव का अवार्ड मिला, लोग उसको नेगेटिव की बात करते. वरना you tell me which one of these girls wouldn't want somebody to love them like that. देव के जैसे प्यार राम ने भी नहीं किया. देव तो जान देने के लिए तैयार था. देव कुछ भी करने के लिए. हर माँ बोलती है अपनी बेटी से कि बेटा लुक फॉर अ मैन हु लव यू मोर देन यू विल एवर लव हिम. और जिस औरत के पास एक ऐसा पति है जो उसको उससे भी ज़्यादा प्यार करेगा, कांट गो रॉन्ग. क्योंकि माँ और बेटियाँ और बीवियाँ तो दे आर नोन फॉर लव. उनको उसके अलावा कुछ मालूम ही नहीं. जो औरत एक बच्चे को डिलीवर करती है ना, उससे ज़्यादा प्यार आपको ज़िंदगी में कोई नहीं दे सकता. और वैसा इसलिए माँ, इसलिए हर चीज़ में माँ, धरती माँ, हर चीज़ में जब माँ का वर्ड आता है तो कहीं ना कहीं मेंटली भी अपने को लगता है माँ है ना.
And that I and that emotion that you speak about.
Absolutely.
This has, would you ever think that आपने जिस तरह की फिल्मों आपने की थी उस समय में, including Dhadkan and all of that, it would be so iconic that memes would be alive to them. This generation who talks through memes, to reels, would still be celebrating you. That's fantastic.
You know, but probably I didn't realize what I was getting into, but my director knew. Dharmesh Darshan knew all along. I still remember saying, you will get an award for this. I said, me for acting? Action nahi hai koi isme koi. He says, trust me. And he used to call me Dev only. He was the one. And that's why, you know, I feel if this industry is going through this period, it's because they lack the love, the passion that directors like Dharmesh Darshan had.
Such an honest thing to say.
Because
what an honest thing to say.
Today, 90% of them don't know their craft. जब हीरो चल के आ रहा है तो उसके पीछे आपको बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक सुनाई देना चाहिए to separate this special person from a common man. तो जब तक डायरेक्टर को वो साउंड सुनाई नहीं देगा या कहाँ मेरे को काटना है और उसको कैसे खड़ा रखना है, आप डायरेक्टर बन ही नहीं सकते. हाँ या एडीज अनाउंस कर रहे हैं. एडीज क्या कर रहे हैं आज? एक्टर कमिंग ऑन सेट, एक्टर रीच सेट. अरे वो डायरेक्टर का काम नहीं है, डायरेक्शन डिपार्टमेंट का काम नहीं है. वो एक्टर अपने आप आ जाएगा. आप क्राफ्ट पे ध्यान दो, वो जो होता नहीं है.
You said the music part because whenever we hear hey 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 hey, we know it's Suniel Shetty coming with the iconic dialogue.
But this is, he used to say this on set, singing it.
Yeah.
I came down from the set, hey hey hey. तो I used to be conscious, यार ये क्या कर रहे हैं ऐसे यार, पागल है. But 2 दिन के बाद I was clear कि मैं पागल हूँ. ये आदमी तो भगवान है यार. He is a director who knows what he is doing. मैं अपने इससे मजाक कर रहा हूँ. मैं अपने देव के कैरेक्टर को सीरियस नहीं ले रहा हूँ. किसने सोचा था एक चप्पल में खड्डा इतनी बड़ी बात हो जाएगी. और दिस इज इंडिया एंड द मास ऑफ इंडिया. ये समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है हमको कि जो रिसीव कर रहा, खाने वाला है, उसको क्या स्वाद चाहिए?
बिल्कुल।
हम हमारे हिसाब से बनाते हैं, ये शेफ और ये करके ये सब डाल दे, ऐसे खाना नहीं पकता। माँ ऐसे खाना नहीं बनाती है कि बेटा तू क्या खाएगा, तू क्या खाएगी, तू क्या खा, शी नोज एवरीथिंग। हाँ 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 हाँ, उस हाथ ही बता देता। मिर्ची खुद बोलता है कि माँ वो नहीं खाते ना, खुद हाथ में कम आता है। That is the directors.
Absolutely.
This was the writing. This was the writing.
अनिल,
आज आप इसकी राइटिंग देखोगे तो क्या बोलता है वो, यू नो, तो
धरती मेरी माँ है।
नेचुरली ये फीलिंग आती है। लेकिन ये इस बार मैं ये नहीं देख रहा हूँ कि धरती मेरी माँ है, फॉलोअर्स मेरे बाप है, लाइक्स मेरी माँ है, is the reaction of our country. You have to bloody stand for your country. We may be wrong, but yet we are right. We are right now. I'm not saying. I said in a situation where we are wrong, is to be right. पैसे मेरी माँ है, likes मेरे बाप है, is what we have told. And that is a narrative that has to change for everybody who believes he's an Indian. And, you know, I don't see that. I don't see that. The forces are continuously, इस बार police, Army, Navy, Air Force, BSF, CISF, every department has done their job protecting the areas that need to be protected. Servicemen, firemen, BMC, all of them were ready कि siren हुआ तो ये होंगे, ये करेंगे। हम ये सब भूल जाते हैं। हम घरों में बैठे हुए हैं और देश के हित में एक बात नहीं बोल सकते हम। You know, I'm not pointing names, but I'm talking, everybody is looking only at actors. What about the rest? If 140 crore people would have said ना, भारत माता की जय, I think sound wave से ही explosion की ज़रूरत ही नहीं थी। साउंड वेव से ही इम्पैक्ट ऐसे हो जाता था कि दरार पड़ जाती है, 5-6 के मैग्नीट्यूड पे भूकंप आ जाता है यार। नॉट राइट।
बट दिस फिल्म एक रूटीन है मेरी जिंदगी में कि मैं 15 अगस्त को घर पे बैठ के बॉर्डर देखती हूँ।
एग्जैक्टली। आप सनी पा को देखिए, व्हेन ही सेज इट, इट्स नॉट डायलॉग्स, इट्स नॉट कि मैं कौन से एंगल से अच्छा दिखता हूँ। एंगल गया तेल लगाने, जो गुस्सा था, डिस्टॉर्शन ऑफ फेस, वो आजकल डिस्टॉर्शन की भी ऐसे लोग करेंगे आर्मी के इसमें जा रहे तो। यू कांट, व्हेन यू आर इन अ बैटलफील्ड एटलीस्ट यू गॉट टू इमेजिन, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू लुक गुड कि कहाँ अंबर लगना चाहिए, ताकि कौन से साइड पे लगना चाहिए, ऑल दैट डजंट वर्क।
ये आपका आइकॉनिक फिल्मों में आते हैं
100%।
How proud of you that Ahan is a part of Border 2, taking forward the legacy. How proud does that make you, or how happy are you for him that he gets to probably do a film like this, which I'm hoping that will take forward another fantastic
story. You know, I've told Ahan one thing, कि इसके आगे फिल्में करो न करो, ये फिल्म में जान लगा देना, because this is the film that will keep you alive, like it will keep your father alive for the rest of, for decades to come. 26 जनवरी और 15 अगस्त को हमें देखोगे ही देखोगे, यू नो। तो इसीलिए अगेन द सेम थिंग आई कीप टेलिंग यू, मैन, आहान ने बहुत कुछ छोड़ा हुआ है
ये फिल्म
इस फिल्म के लिए। बहुत सारी चीज़ें उसके हाथ से निकल गई ईगोस के चक्कर में, यू नो। नहीं, ये वो फिल्म मत करना, मैं ये सोलो कर रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, और उस वजह से उसको निकाला गया फिल्म से और उसको ब्लेम किया गया कि उसकी पैराफिनेलिया, उसके साथ बहुत लोग चलते हैं, उसके महंगे ये डाले गए, क्या अपने आर्टिकल्स डाले गए कि आहान के साथ 10 आदमी घूमता है। आहान का बाप आज भी आधी चीज़ें अपने पैसों से करता है। घर प्रोड्यूसर का खाना भी नहीं खाएगा, घर से ही खाना आता है मेरा, नॉट बिकॉज मुझे प्रोड्यूसर के घर का प्रोड्यूसर का नहीं खाना, क्योंकि मैं कंफर्टेबल हूँ। तो आहान उस स्कूल से आता है। तो ये जो आज तक मैंने बात नहीं की, पहली बार बोल रहा हूँ। तो ये जी जो कहानियाँ बनी गई है ना, वो इसलिए बनी गई क्योंकि आहान बॉर्डर करना चाहता था और लोग चाहते थे कि उनकी पिक्चर हो और बॉर्डर ना हो। सो ऑल दिस वॉज मैनिपुलेटेड। लिखाना मुझे भी बहुत आता है, मेरे रिलेशनशिप बहुत अच्छे हैं इंडस्ट्री में, और जिस दिन अगर ये चीज़ आगे बढ़ी तो उस दिन मैं प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस लेके सब खोल दूंगा और जिनकी धज्जियां उड़ानी है उड़ा दूंगा। बट दैट चाइल्ड इज ऑब्सेशन इज बॉर्डर एंड टू डू बॉर्डर। तो उससे बड़ी बात मैं क्या कह सकता हूँ कि व्हाट डज बॉर्डर मीन टू आहान, फॉरगेट व्हाट इट मीन्स टू मी,
टू हिम,
बट टू हिम व्हाट द आर्मी मीन्स। आप अगर उस लड़के से आज इंटरव्यू ले लो, वो प्रिसिशन से आपको कहेगा कि कहाँ स्ट्राइक्स हुए थे, क्या हुआ था। He's like an encyclopedia when it comes to understanding his country and what they've done this time. If you see his feed with me, it is only about this, about his country.
Yeah.
And how solid they are with what they're doing, what his prime minister means to him, what the defense minister means to him, what uniform means to him. You know, तो इस फिल्म के वजह से बहुत कुछ छूटा उसका, और जिस वजह से उसके पीछे लोग पड़ गए कि उसने ये किया। मैं भी जानता हूँ किसने किया है, लेकिन आई विल नेवर कन्फ्रंट एनीबॉडी। ही वॉचेस, दैट्स व्हाट केसरी वीर इज अबाउट। कर्मा, धर्म, सेवा and karma. It'll come back to you.
But you know, I hope everyone, and I hope all your fathers support and stand by the way you do. Not just for your children, but for everybody. It feels like you, a lot of people say he feels like a father to me, besides just Ahan.
Ji.
And that is just wonderful. And I really hope, I'm very excited for Ahan. I know he's getting a lot of projects. I know there is a lot.
There's a lot happening. We don't talk about it, you know. Whether it's what we do in our life, it's for the people to say. If I do something for you, it's for you to go and tell people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why, you know, less said the better, but unfortunately, we're being taken away by this freaking virtual world that is telling us that we need to do this on this time, we need to do that. We don't need to do anything.
But even Athiya is very secure that
Yeah,
way.
absolutely.
Look at, like, because, you know, and she did try. You know, she did want to do different kind of roles. I remember talking to her and about it.
No, but after that she said, Baba, I don't want to. And she just left. And that's what I salute her for. Okay, I'm not interested. I don't want to do films. After Motichoor, a lot came away. But I don't want to. I'm comfortable. You know, and today she's got the best role of her life.
Yeah.
You know, she's working in the best film. And that is the role of a mother. And she's loving it.
She's so happy.
Yeah.
I think what is absolutely wonderful also is the fact that you have extended this to KL. You know, you look at him like a son. I remember talking about him. And you are so protective. I don't remember one person who would have stood by KL at the time when he went through that whole Goff with Karan episode. And you did. But what was very interesting is the way I realized that एक आप बोल रहे थे ना, यहाँ दिखना होता है, वहाँ दिखना होता है. आपके लिए कभी वो इम्पोर्टेंट था ही नहीं, क्योंकि मुझे पता है आपको कितने बार उस शो में बुलाया गया था.
Yeah.
Was it difficult to say no but stand by what you want to do?
You know, the thing is, with me it's always been, Vijay is with me not as a PR. Vijay is not my PR. Vijay is somebody whose company I love. I like the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
And I believe in him. So he also is aware कि कुछ भी होगा, don't put it out into the media. We don't want it out there because I'm not looking for publicity. Film or entertainment के channel पे आके, what do I talk about? I have something to talk about here, something that I'm proud that I've done. That's what it is all about.
That is why you're not bothered about whether you can go to a show or not. That is not matter to you.
Nothing matters to me only anymore.
Which is, it's a good
Because
space to be.
I believe, I manifest, and I'm in control of a lot of things.
Absolutely.
A lot of things.
You know what the scene is, right? I want to show. I find it fantastic. Look at the way he did that. You did that scene with so much less drama. And us time pe to.
Yeah.
I want to understand where you got that understanding back then.
See, because I always looked at the positives of that character. For me, in Mohra was eliminating the bad guys. Everybody wants to eliminate the bad guys. गंदा काम कोई तो करेगा, लेकिन cleanly कर रहा हूँ. मैं even in मैं हूँ ना, मैंने कभी अपने आप को negative देखा ही नहीं. मेरा दुश्मन कौन है, जो आज भी है, वही है. And I believed in that. For me, even then there was a country angle there. Border, there was a country angle. LOC, there's a country angle. I see everything very different. For me, it's a glass half full and never half empty. And that's the beauty of how I was raised. कि नहीं है, ठीक है, नहीं है ना, ठीक है ना. आज कुछ चीज़ें नहीं है तो नहीं है. I'm not going to worry about it. That's why for me, even money, I've lost, ठीक है, आगे है. I know how to make the money. I know how to do it the legit way. So that's how I looked at my characters, and I always tell Ahan that, Ahan, just look at, your papa is not a great actor, he's an average actor, but look at this choice of characters that he's played. You know, when I wanted to introduce myself as that I could do comedy, I did Gopi Kishan, because Gopi did comedy and Kishan was what the distributors want. So Kishan sold and Gopi entertained. Yeah. And then you realized, yes, he can do comedy.
Absolutely. All right. Like you said, range dikhana chahti hu main, which is why we're going to end it with showing Hera Pheri and then take your questions after that. All right. The moment you've been waiting for, let's show Hera Pheri. Example of range of Mr. Suniel Shetty. I still feel that you deserved so much more. I mean, you have a fantastic body of work that we did.
The thing is, you know what, when you deserve, even if you deserve something more, it comes to you eventually. Today, tomorrow, day after, 10 years later, 100 years later, or the people around you give you the kind of love that you believe, yes, my dad. The thing is, I never marketed things. I never spoke about my successes. I owned my failures. But if it hasn't given me that, it's given me so much more in life.
This was crazy? This scene?
Absolutely.
What are your memories of it?
Oh, Darshan again. And my co-artist, Akshay. Just see his costume, the way he uses his lines. It's not कि मेरे को hero दिखना है. वो राजू है, हरामी. वो शाम है जो शाम है, and Paresh ji, you know. So, and it was Darshan. Say it this way, cut. Don't say a line more, don't go to express more. Feel it, say it. So, you know, these are the directors that this generation is not seeing and not getting to work with.
But because of the cult following of this film, memes तो मतलब ऐसा कोई मुझे पता ही नहीं है. I'm sure you've seen some. We have a few, but जो कि it became so viral, it remains viral, it will always be viral because of the film and the comedy standards you guys raised. Which is why I think when they were saying that they'll make the film with Kartik, people were like, we देखेंगे ही नहीं. वो प्यार होता है यार कि कोई stand by you. You know, you know what happened after that. Let's tell the world. I mean, by the way, Hera Pheri 3 is happening, guys.
The thing here is that a film becomes an iconic film when you remember all the characters. This is not Suniel Shetty, this is not Akshay Kumar, this is not Paresh Rawal. It is Babu Bhai, Raju and Shyam in that order. Kadak Singh, Kabira, all of them. जैसे शोले में आपको जय, वीरू, बसंती, धन्नो, सब चीज़ याद है तब. और उन कैरेक्टर्स को कोई और रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकता.
Absolutely.
So इसीलिए कार्तिक का आना not as Raju, it was an additional character, you know. And today things are perfect between Akshay and Feroz Bhai and everybody. So it'll happen when it's happening, and it should happen soon.
Yeah, and you've always told me that that is going to happen from a really long time. Ma'am, you want to go ahead and ask? Please introduce yourself to sir.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
My name is Janvi. So you look amazing.
Thank you.
And well, I wanted to ask about, we have seen so much like about your bond with your son-in-law on social media. Like, what is it unique in real life? Is it any different from social media?
No, he's my hero on the cricket field. He's my hero otherwise also. You know, I love him as a cricketer, and I was a huge fan of his. So I think that fanboy father-in-law is still there. You know, and when you respect someone for who they are and the qualities they possess, that love and respect continues even in real life.
Thank you so much.
You want to ask?
Hi, sir.
Okay.
My name is Amin, and actually, I have one question for you. In this age, you are looking still good and healthy. What's your plan?
What
diet
age?
plan?
What age?
Ah.
What age?
This is nice.
है ना मैं एक बात
I'm 46, so. What's my diet plan?
Yeah, what's your diet plan, sir?
My diet plan is that I'm consistent with what I do. I quantify my food and eat the same quantity day in and day out, and home cooked food. There's no special
Fancy.
health food or health salads and कुछ नहीं. माँ का खाना, बीवी का खाना, लेकिन उसको मैं नाप तोल के खाता हूँ. Oil is controlled, sugar is controlled, salt is controlled.
Okay, thank you. I just want to add one comment here. I know there's a lot of comments on your pictures, especially when you put your your six-pack app pictures. Have you seen the word zaddy popping up here and there?
Yeah, what is zaddy? I don't know.
I want to ask, what do you think zaddy means?
I don't know.
Anybody who wants to explain zaddy to him? You want to actually, they're like so shy. They're saying a person, you heard young people calling people daddy, na? Now.
Yeah.
So it's somebody that they're attracted to who is mature. So zaddy is supposed to be, it's like a cool thing. Oh, he's a zaddy.
Wow, this generation is something else here.
Any comments on zaddy? No. I want to take this. I want to look at you how you answer this now.
Tia laughs about it. You know, Tia laughs about it. So me and Tia talk about these things. I don't know zaddy. I don't know any of the new terms. It's exactly the way I am with tech. I'm absolutely tech ignorant. I have a great team around me that explains to me. But tech, bilkul nahi.
Okay, all right. Quickly, you have to take a question.
Hello, sir. I'm Anushka. First of all, I really enjoyed it. It was very so many wise words were spoken.
So sweet.
So my question to you is, you have been known to be a cool dad, have a very communicative, open relationship with your
Absolutely, 100%.
daughter, which is very important for a father to have.
Yes, yeah.
So how have you built that bond and how have you maintained it?
So baby, it comes from the father first. It came from me and my wife first, that we are going to befriend our kids. And that is the mindset that went with. So then when that happens, it automatically happens. Then your child becomes your friend, at the same time giving them the respect that a child should give a parent. So that has been very clear. So it's very difficult for a child to understand all this. So it's always the parents that need to be responsible enough and start and belief in the children. You know, I believe Ahan and Athiya blindly. Even if Ahan has done something wrong and comes and tells me that, Papa, no, I haven't done it, I will believe him over anybody and everything else. So that faith automatically gets the children also to say, you know what, I shouldn't let my father down.
Okay, this is the
Thank you,
last
sir.
one. I'm so sorry. But I promise you we'll try to do something at the end. I have to wrap, but please forgive me. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Ananya, and I wanted to ask you about how have your relationship been with Salman Khan and how has it evolved over the years?
Didn't Salman also, I remember he says about it, he was actually, I remember him crying during our award show. Because you had helped him at a time when he didn't have money to buy clothes.
See, it's how you look at it again. It's a pair of clothes. He's done 1,000 bigger things in his life. But when somebody is empathetic and has got, remembers, you know, you always say, remember what others have done to you and forget when you do something.
Yeah.
That is Salman Khan. So because of that, it's pure respect for each other. We don't party together. I'm closer to Sohail than I am to Salman, you know, but I will always stand up for Salman. I will take anything that is thrown at me for him, because I know the kind of person he is. And for me, my relationships are based on my personal, relationship and nothing else. And that's how Salman and me have been there for each other. For Ahan, for Athiya, he's always there,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know there were few people who wanted to ask questions. What we'll do right now is, if Sunil sir wants, we're going to play a song. I think Sheher Ki Ladki. Anybody who wants to come, and I mean, sir can tell us if he wants to do a step, if he wants to, if only you're comfortable.
If I could do steps, Ritik would have been...
We're all cheering for you and for your movie. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Let's give him a round of applause.
And both the kids are new. I mean, Sooraj is relatively new. Akanksha is also. The producer is a first-time producer.
Yeah.
The director is a first-time director on the big screen. So do spread the word and spread the love for Kesari Veer. And it's a film you all will all be proud of. I don't know about the success of a film or anything, but it is a film that we've made from here. So,
thank you.